And now it's time for Talking Guitars, episode number 4 on the G1 Project TV. Woo! What's going on, everybody? Man, welcome. Talking Guitars, episode 4. We made it by the skin of our chinny chin, I say. Man, all right, here we go. We got to bring on Mr. Larry Riker. There he is. Mr. Larry Riker, ladies and gentlemen.
How we doing?
How you doing, sir?
What's up, Joe?
Nice to see you, man.
You too.
And we have a special guest that I'm very excited to have on here. Mr. Dave Stafford. Let's give it up for Dave Stafford. There he is.
Hey, man.
He's coming out of the abyss, man, to make an appearance.
Climbed out of the basement
He cl-
into another one.
Oh, Dave, it's so good to see you, man.
You too, man. It's great to see you. It's been a long minute.
Yeah, it's
been a while.
Long time, man. It's been a long time. I reached out to a few people tonight and see if they wanted to be able to come on here, and Dave was kind enough to accept. And Andrew couldn't be here. He's I think his wife is having a dinner function for her work, so he could not be here. But so he's here in spirit, you know. But yeah, man. So let's go around the board, man. I'll start first. It's let's see, it's Saturday. It's been a beautiful day here, a little on the humid side, but I did all my yard work and stuff yesterday. All that's taken care of, so today I could just be free and clear. And I just hung out here and did some playing earlier with a new piece of gear. We'll get into that later. And we got on here earlier. Larry and I got on here earlier talking about some stuff. He wanted to try some stuff out audio-wise, and we got that done. And so here we are. Larry, what's going on your end, my friend? What's going on?
You know, just the usual week in guitar world over here. I got something new.
Uh-oh. Oh, Blue
pedal.
Sky.
Strymon Blue Sky. Got it right here.
Okay. Now, this is a delay pedal?
This is a reverb because I have a 5150 amp and it doesn't have reverb on it. And
oh, okay.
I like reverb, so I got the Blue Sky Strymon, and it has plate. Well, we can go over that a little bit later, but that's what's new.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome. And Brother Dave, man, you got to catch us up on what's been going on with you. I mean, he's in a band called King Cobra, I believe.
Yep. With
some friends of his. They've been playing out some gigs, doing a whole lot of gigging, from what I understand. I see it on social media. So tell us what's been happening, brother.
It's been busy. Thanks, man. Yes, I'm in a band, King Cobra. It's kind of rock and metal, but we actually gigged last night, and so I don't know. Joe, you said you remember. I can't remember how long ago I bought the 5150 EVH Iconic, but
yeah.
I picked that up sometime this winter, maybe, I think, or last fall, and it's been an incredible amp. The combo I have is right behind me, and that's a 40-watt combo, and with extreme amounts of power. And I don't even need a distortion pedal with it. It's just great. We can get into it later, but it does have reverb on it. But basically, I started this band up, and it kind of just, the chemistry was right, took off, and wrote a lot of music, and we do a lot of covers, and we're just got maybe 6 or 7 gigs under our belt now, and playing upwards of 3.5 hour sets. So we put some. That's why I haven't really been on social media. Like, we kind of went all in on this project. And we had kind of a lineup change in April, and we had to get a hired gun for a bass player. And I called my old vocalist up from the mid-2000s. He came in, and we just had like 9 practices to do a 3-hour show, and it's been rolling since. But everybody in the chat, I see a bunch of familiar names. It's awesome to see you guys. And, so thanks for having me on, Joe. This is,
oh, dude, anytime.
I'm so out of the loop. It's great to see you guys, man.
It's awesome, man. I was excited when you said, yeah, man, because I thought Dave and I exchanged some messages yesterday. I had to do a lot of yard work and other things. But anyway, I reached out to Dave, and I thought he was gigging tonight. But he told me, he said, no, man, that was last night. And I said, oh, damn, okay. So I was really glad that he could make it.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
If I get a little punchy, I got 3 hours of sleep in me. So
oh no!
If I'm a little punched, I like, hey Dave, you're mumbling really bad and slurring your speech. So I really am on my first drink, so kind of feeling punch drunk here from lack of sleep.
No, I get it, man. I totally get it. I understand. I totally get it. No, but so with your group now. What is it? Is it 3 members or 4? I can't remember.
So you're right. It started out as 3, and our bass player / vocalist at the time, there was Rob, myself, and a person by the name of Chuck, and he was playing bass and singing. And he has a disabled son, and it's a 24/7 care, so the schedule wasn't really working out. And we played one show with him, and that show led to a lot of other shows that got booked. And all of a sudden the time frame was getting closer and closer, and it wasn't his fault, but it wasn't really, it was evident that this was not gonna work. And I called my old bandmate from 2007 to 2013 from Seven Signs, my old death metal band, great singer, and he also has a band. And I said, hey, this is, we're in a situation here, and we got this big show coming up. We don't want to back out. And, you don't need to make a commitment. Just come check us out. Can you bail us out for the show? And they came in and it just clicked, and it just kind of took off from there. But so it was awesome. A 3-piece. We're at a 4-piece. A bass player, a drummer. I play rhythm and lead, and then, our vocalist. So that's
very nice, man.
Yeah,
very nice. So the overall feeling you have with this band, everything's good. Everything clicks well.
Yeah, it's probably the best project I've ever been in, and I've been in some pretty good projects in the last 30 years.
Good.
So
good, man.
Yeah, cool.
It's the highest tier musicians I've played with.
Oh man, that makes all the difference in the world too, man. Yeah, that's good, man. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Well, I remember that we had talked about that a long time ago, that especially you, we're talking about getting back into a band, and I was thinking, man, I wish I could do that. And then there you went and did it, and I said, hey, man, he did it, man. He's living the dream. I said, I wish I could, but maybe one day.
It's kind of like you said earlier too, Joe. Like, I mean, the time is one thing, and then we were talking kind of in the green room. It's that click, and if it's not like work, it's easier to make it work, because it still cuts into so much, like the job you got. I don't know how you guys would get practices in,
Oh yeah, well, there's no way. Because usually people will practice once or twice during the week, maybe on a Tuesday or a Thursday or something. Mm-hmm. And that's the way it was when I was able to do it years ago, but. Yeah, I just can't do it. It's just it's a sacrifice, but it's okay, man. I'm cool with it. I can still come in this little music room and make music and do videos, and it's not the same as playing in front of people, of course, but I have to choose. I'm like, okay, do I want to work and have money to buy my toys, or go to another shift and make a lot less money and you have more time, but your money ain't there. And I'm like, man, I'm too used to this money, So
well, there's always retirement, right? And the one thing, like,
yeah,
it was shocking to me. When we first started gigging, I was like, we're gonna be the old man band. But if you go out there and just kind of kick their ass, we went and played this one show with other younger bands, and they were coming up to us afterwards like, oh, you guys are awesome, and we want you on this big bash where there's 9 other bands and my
Yeah.
music close. So it's like when you're a musician, the age thing kind of goes out the window if you're kicking ass. Like, and that's so I mean, I think you would do great. I mean, you'd kill it in a band. So I mean, you know, maybe you retire. You know, because we have a really big age, not a big age. I think one guy's like 53, drummer's 56. I think the vocalist is like 42, and I'm 45. So.
Oh, y'all still pretty close in range. I mean, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Not that bad.
It works really good.
That's all that matters, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that matters. So, yeah, we were talking about. Well, Larry and I were on here last night, just chit chatting, trying to talk about some things we had purchased. And so, one of the things that I like to touch on real quick, I'm going to present myself just so people can see behind me here. This guitar, man, I want to tell you, this is an EVH Wolfgang Special right there. All right. And I got that from Reverb. And it had Seymour Duncans in it. And I've never known a EVH product to come with Seymour Duncans. Now, this is a 2009 Bumblebee. It's relic. It's not real heavy relic. I think it looks really good. It's a really good looking guitar. It feels good and all that. But the seller was kind of, how do I say this? The seller was not sketchy, but because I emailed him or sent him a message because I was like, man, I don't know if this is going to work. And basically he just said, sorry, you're stuck with it. I mean, you know, so, but to be fair, you know, he had it on the listing where it was like, everything's good. It's been set up by so-and-so, so-and-so. And I said, look, man, an EVH, I could be wrong. You know, I'm not an expert, but an EVH usually comes with EVH branded pickups. Again, this is a 2009. I remember when those came out all those years ago, but I didn't do a lot of research. So, but when I played it, I was like, man, this thing it doesn't sound right. It sounds horrible. I said, something is wrong with this thing. So I had to take it to the local music shop. And this guitar right here, it had an EVH bridge pickup in it. So I had the pickups taken out of this and had them put in here. And so I took it up there, and the guy put them in. And when I went up there to pick it up, the bridge pickup, it sounded really bad. It was like something was wrong. It was almost like if you stepped on a wah pedal and you have it engaged and you have it all the way on the high side and that real high-pitched sound. Yeah. That's what it was sounding like. And I told the gentleman that worked on it, I said, man, this isn't right. Something isn't right here. So I went ahead and ordered because I thought maybe the pickup was bad. But when it was in this guitar, it sounded fine. But then when it was over here, it sounded bad. And I was like, again, that's over my head with stuff like that. So I went ahead and ordered a DiMarzio Tone Zone, and I ordered a Switchcraft 3-way selector switch. And I took it back up there, and I asked the gentleman, I said, can you go ahead and put this Tone Zone in this guitar and then a new switch? Because I've had guitars in the past where the switch was bad, and it just, you know, it makes everything horrible. So I went up there this past Thursday. He said it was ready, and I plugged it into this amp that I always, when I test something out, there's a Fender Deluxe 85 there. I think those amps came out in the 90s. But it was the only actually, it's a good amp. But in my opinion, with all the amps they had sitting there, that was my go-to amp that had some gain to it. It's a 2-channel solid state. It's got one speaker in it. I don't know if it's a 10 or 12. I'm not quite sure, but it always sounded decent. So I went ahead and, again, this past Thursday, when I went back up there, I plugged that guitar in. It sounded great. I was like, okay, there we go. And I said, look, man, I think I might buy that amp. So that the go-to amp that I always went to in that store, I went ahead and bought it. and they was wanting like $250 for it. So I finally got that guitar fixed, and he told me, the guitar tech said, "I want to ask you something." He goes, "That EVH pickup," he said, it's not bad. There's nothing wrong with it. It was the way it come from the factory or something. The wires weren't wired right or something. Something was wrong with it. So he took it apart and fixed it. And I thought, when he told me that, I thought in my mind, I said, when I got that EVH pickup, I got it from a seller off Reverb. It come in the EVH packaging, but you know how when you get something new, it's got that little piece of tape over the lip there, like a seal? And, it hadn't been tampered with if that tape hasn't been cut. Well, I remember when he asked me that, I remember when I got it in the mail, that little seal, that tape, it had been cut. So I said, well, this pickup, I don't think it's brand new. I think it's been used. But it didn't look like it. The wires look clean on it. But so I think that's where the problem started with that pickup when I had it over a year ago. So, but I went ahead and got that, and finally got all that straightened out. And so then I went ahead and, now I know I'm kind of late to the game on this subject here. I went ahead and broke down and got the Spark, the 40-watt Spark, the little head there.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, I went ahead and got that because I kept hearing that how good they are and portable and all this and everything else. And I said, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get one, man. So I got it, and I started to use it last night. I got it going through the mixer, and it's not bad. You have to access the tones and stuff on an app on your phone, and I was impressed with it. I really was. I was not thinking that it was going to sound like that. That's but I was like, wow, and you can customize all the effects, all that stuff, and there's like a cloud on there that people upload where they created tones, and you can get those if you want, and
that's crazy.
And it's technology is incredible. So that's been my past few days. I ended up finally getting this guitar up and running. It's fixed thanks to Larry, the guitar tech at Main Street Guitar and Drums in Travelers Rest. Thank you, Larry, for taking care of me down there. He really went out of his way to make sure that everything was right. And I was just really leery about taking anything to, all right, get ready, to Guitar Center. Because
I don't blame you.
You just don't know what you're going to get down there, and it's just, So that's been my past few days, but it's been good. I mean, it had a happy ending. I was stressing for like a week or two with that guitar. I was like, seemed like every time I turned around, I was like, damn, now I gotta sink some more money into it. And I'm like, my God, what else is going to go wrong? And I said, well, it can't be a whole lot because there's not a lot of components to it.
Yeah, right. That's a bummer.
So, but anyway, it finally got right, man. All right, Larry, your turn, man. You want to talk about what you got there, sir?
What I got here? All right. Yeah, I got the Reverb, like I said, the Blue Sky.
Yes, sir.
It's a version 2, which is the new one that came out.
Nice.
Strymon has a lot of V2 pedals out now. You can tell it has, because it has more buttons on it, more knobs than the other one. I got it from a place over in Georgia. Humbucker Music.
Humbucker Music. Okay.
Nice. I found them because I was interested in Nash guitars for a week.
Yeah, for a week. Yeah, I remember we were talking about that. Yeah.
And I found them. They have a collection of them, so like they have a lot of them. So I was on their site. So I was like, Georgia to here, not too far. Let me order it from them.
Yeah.
They had it out the same day.
Oh, that's great.
Pretty cool. But it has, I can't even see what it says anymore. It's got shimmer on it. Mm-hmm. Well, let's say it comes with 3 reverbs, right? It has plate, which is why I bought it, because I like plate reverb.
Okay.
It has room and string. or spring, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And then it has 2 levels of modulation.
Right.
Decay, pre-delay, low, high, shimmer, and the mix.
Nice.
Then you also can kind of dial in a program that you like and set it as a. I'm pointing at everything and the mic's in the way.
That's okay.
You could set a favorite here, which is kind of cool because you could put I like to do is I put a high level of shimmer on here.
Yeah.
You kind of want to. In my experience with shimmer, you want to be playing kind of mellow.
Right.
Right.
You good? There you go.
And so I have that saved in here, and then I just have kind of a low level plate delay on here.
Nice.
So
you've had it now for what, a week maybe?
Yeah, about a week. I mean, it was easy to dial in. I like something immediately, and it's in the effects loop. And
there you go. Yeah.
And I think it adds, even with it turned off, as soon as you kick the effects loop on,
mm-hmm.
when you're in the room, there's just some kind of different warmth there, even with it off.
Wow.
And I heard that about Strymon pedals, that they just add. It shouldn't add anything, but it does.
It's kind of almost like what an EQ pedal kind of does, and to me, the way it's sounding. But
it's very mild what it does, but it's really cool. So that's what's new on the board.
Nice.
Very cool. Very cool.
That's nice, man.
Yep. I got it running into the 5150 Stealth, which, man, I wish it came with reverb.
Yeah. Yeah, a little touch of reverb is always nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man.
I like reverb.
Always nice. I do too. Yeah, I like that too.
I mean, that's basically really, I use the distortion in the amp. It's just like you're saying with the Iconic, it's so good.
Yeah.
You don't need anything. So I use the amp distortion, and I really just use this reverb.
Yeah.
And that's basic. What else do I have on here? I got an MXR phase. I like that once in a while in moderation.
Yeah. Right. Nothing wrong with that.
I got a Ditto pedal and an MXR carbon copy, but I really use, it's reverb that I use. That's all I need.
Right. Do you use a wah pedal at all?
I have a mini wah on here. See
okay. Yeah, I was just curious. I didn't know if you did or not.
Yeah, I got a mini wah, and I like to mess with that once in a while.
Cool.
And then off the board, I got I have a fuzz.
Mm-hmm.
I got a fuzz pedal that I like. Russian something it's called.
Oh, okay.
It's green. I forget the name of it right now, but it's a pretty cool pedal.
Nice.
But I don't play it all the time, so
right.
It's not on here.
Well, cool deal. We'll go to Brother Dave. He's got a new, like I said, a new amp back there. But we was talking about the 5150 before we come on. How he was talking about how much he likes that amp and the versatility of it and everything else, and the tone and all that cool stuff, man. So, what do you think about it?
Well, I mean, it was a little on the pricey end, with taxes and everything. I don't know, $900 or so, but I don't think the noise gate works on it. I think it's just there, and you crank it. It doesn't seem like it does anything, but it's all tube, and I really like the reverb because you can, touch the reverb like on 2 or 3. Level 2 or 3 in it you can hear it add that tone, and if you want more of that, I'll just reference like Zakk Wylde. Zakk Wylde's 90, his tone in the 90s, you can go up to like 4 or 5, or like 6 depending, and then if you have a couple songs that you want that kind of tone, you just quickly dial it down. The knobs turn really easy, so excuse me, a lot of times I'm still, learning the amp and everything, so I'll find some sweet spots in my settings, and then, I'll take a quick picture with my cell phone, so when I get to the gig, if everything got out of whack, and, different venues are like, get your shit on stage, get it hooked up, like, go,
man.
So it's like, and of course, on the typical asshole guitar player that has a semi backing up because, you got twice as much shit to hook up just for even a simple pedal board, run an effects loop, and then the drummer's got a 1,000-watt powered monitor that all go out of a pre-out. So the back of that amp is incredible. You got you can be on quarter power, you can go to full power, 4 ohms, 8 ohms, 16 ohms. The pre-out, the effects loop, and XLR. So I mean, it just does everything. It's got a mute. It's got the ground lift. It's got the amp is, like I said, it's a far superior amp compared to any other amp I've ever had. I don't use a distortion pedal, like I said. The reverb works great. It's for the music I play, and it works great. The clean channel is great. And I absolutely love not worrying about a distortion pedal, because everything I play is, with distortion for the most part. I mean, we cover Blue on Black, so I play most of that clean. We kind of play it 5-finger death punch style, and then kick the distortion in. So, but yeah, I have no complaints, and it's I'm not a big tech guy. I have the HX Stomp, which it's a dust collector now, and
I remember when you bought that, and
I was like, I told Jason, I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, like I can't figure this out.
I remember back then you was kind of like, I don't know about this thing, man.
Oh, I just can't. I need to go to school for a couple weeks.
My son ended up getting one of those, the HX Stomp, and he really liked it. And I thought about you because I went to his house. I don't know, it was sometime back, and we were going to jam a little bit, and he showed it to me, and I thought to myself, that's what Dave's got. I wonder if he's still using that. And but he likes his. They had some pretty good presets that were in there that sounded really good, and I think he tweaked some of his own too. But he seemed to like it a lot.
It's interesting you say that, because I had one preset that I loved, and tried tweaking it a little bit, and I screwed something up. I'm like, well, I'm gonna do a reset. And I wiped everything out, and someone's like, oh, they should be there. Well, they weren't there.
Oh no.
And something resonates with me too, that you and yourself and R2, we would talk about from time to time too, especially like R2 and myself, that I've been a tube amp player for 30 years, and so it's, no matter what, it's the greatest solid state amp out there. Is it sounds good, but I think you just get programmed into everything that I have. Is there's always that element of it's not quite that tube sound. So I was being digital, and for YouTube it worked great. Making my videos, it worked great. Playing live, it worked great.
Yeah.
But I was like, this is way too complicated to put on my board for me. And I'm sure your son's I'm sure he's light years away ahead of me in technology. I'm technologically challenged for sure.
I get it. I mean, if that's a great question. If you went to play live, or if I was able to go do some gigs, what would I do? Would I take a tube amp, or would I take something that's like the Headrush Prime, which is a great unit, or would I take the Spark 40-watt? Because you can actually hook it up to your cabinet. I saw a way how to do that if you have the right. I had to order a pedal that's called the 44 Magnum, and really it's just a power amp pedal. It's got it's got its own power supply. It's a 24 volt, man. That's how much it takes to get it powered, and it's got a volume knob on it, and you plug in the Spark. You come out of the Spark, the headphone jack or the Spark, go into the input of that 44 Magnum pedal, and you come out with the actual pedal the cable that comes out from your cabinet, the big thick speaker cabinet cable, and then you can do that. So I was like, but that's still digital. That's not tube. But for me, I would probably have to take that route, because I just can't see lugging that big thing.
Right.
somewhere, or I'd have to do like what you did and get like the 5150 like behind you. I'd have to probably do that.
That thing weighs a ton for a 40-watt amp.
Oh, is it really? I haven't never picked one of those up.
Oh, my muscles have gotten, because I got to go up. I don't know. There's 9-foot ceilings. You go up the stairs. I'm like, God, this sucker's heavy. You load and load and load. But I mean, I'm used to it now. But I think
that's why I got me a hand truck, man.
Right. That's why my half stack's sitting over. But going back to your point of, I think I want to make it clear. I'm not ripping on solid state at all. That I think it's a personal preference on how you like your tone. We played a gig 2 weeks ago, and the band was Roog Rat, great band, great killer punk metal band, and he had a full stack of the orange amp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded incredible. It just sounded, I mean, it was killer. It's just not what a solid state probably won't work for me, but I mean, it would work. It worked great. My Line 6, I mean, it's a tube amp, really, really good,
Mm-hmm.
But tubes burn out too, and you got to deal with all that stuff. So.
Yeah, it's all, like you said, it's all subjective, man. It's all subjective what you want. I'll be honest with you, the whole digital thing, man, I love that. It's you can, especially with the Headrush Prime, man, I can get on the Headrush, what they call the Headrush Cloud, where other people put rigs up there that you can get, and it's just like, oh my God, some of them sound really, really good, and some, you can tell where people just threw it together and put it up there, but some people really took time. Like there's a couple of Van Halen rigs I downloaded that sound spot on, especially like from the first album, and I was like, damn. And so I love that. I love that stuff, man. It was the Headrush Prime. It wasn't cheap, man. It was like $1,600. But,
oh yeah.
But it does a lot. It's amazing. But yeah, it's really cool. I need to address the chat, man. I hadn't even done that yet. I need to say hello to some people. We got, let's see, we can get the people in the applause section to give us a hand. We got Miss Janice Lala. She said she'll be right back.
Janice.
Hey, Miss Janice. R2, R3 locking the... There he is. All right, man.
About the Mesa cab corner.
The Dogpa's in the house, man. Dogpa, what's going on, sir? Let me see if I can move up here. We got Mr. Mark Tanner in the house.
Mark Tanner.
How you doing, Mr. Tanner? How are you doing, sir? And there's a familiar face, Mr. Larry Riker. Miss Sandra is in the chat. Hey, Miss Sandra. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything's going okay. My friend, Mr. Frank C., which this hat I'm wearing, this brand new EVH hat, he sent it to me. Thank you very much, Mr. Frank.
Very nice.
Very kind of you, and some pics and a couple of shirts. He just went all out, man. And that was very kind. Let's see, who else? I'm trying to see. We got some more people up top here, and I don't want to miss anybody. Did I already say Mr. Jim Guidry? Did I already say him? There's Jimbo. I don't know.
Hey, brother Jim. Cheers.
Jimbo, man. What's going on? We got some more people up there. It's a lot to scroll up there. So if I'm missing you, just type in the chat. I'll put you back up there.
Hey, Joe, I got a question for you. And
yes, sir.
Not to screw up the stream here at all, but no.
No.
So I can't. It says join the chat, and then it says connect, and then it wants me to This is different from the last time I streamed. I can't get in the chat. It says join chat, connect, and then it brings this thing up, and wants me to sign in. Am I going to screw up the stream if I do that? To join
no, I wouldn't think.
So I can try it, and then if I fall out or something, what
you can just
happened.
jump back in.
It says join chat, so and then connect.
Oh, I do it with a separate with another browser. That's how I do it.
What?
But
yeah, I tried that. I don't know where the pop out. Hold on a second. Maybe I can do this.
I go to the live show and then I just turn the volume down on it.
Okay, I just did that there. I got the pop out chat right there. Sorry, guy.
Getting the dust off the bottle there, ain't it? It's been a while.
Yeah, well, it never had that before.
Well, I've never heard that either. That's new to me.
Yeah, I was taking pictures earlier and showing R2. I was like, what the hell is this? Like,
wow.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think I'm in now. But I popped out the chat. See if that works.
Let me see.
Yeah.
I didn't want anybody to think like I was just like. I mean, I could read their comments, but like I couldn't.
There it is. There you are, right there.
Yeah, I
there
popped
you
out
are.
the chat. I went to your channel and popped out the muted it like Larry said.
Yeah. There you go. Now you got it.
All right. Sorry, everybody.
No, it's all good, man.
Damn StreamYard.
Yeah.
Technology. What's wrong with this technology? Digital technology.
Get off my yard. Oh, golly, man.
People
that's
robbing
awesome.
shit. I should have wore that shirt tonight. Damn it.
Oh, that's funny, man. Holy shit, boy. But yeah, man. So yeah, I just been playing, trying to learn some more of these songs on this MP3 player, man. And when I have time, and then golly, man, I've got the back closet back here. I call it the warehouse. That's what I call it. There's Dave. I need to send you a picture of all the cases back here with guitars in them. It's insane, man. It's insane. Well, yeah, we discussed it once on this show live. I'll tell you when we get off the air how many there are. I'm not going to say it live. I'm not going to. No. Oh my God, man. Yeah, it's crazy, and but it's fun, man. I still really enjoy it, man. It's just I can't explain it. I don't know, man. It's very addictive, you know. It's like you get that feeling when you was a kid on Christmas morning, man. I still remember that so well. And I come down the steps and come around the corner there, and I'd look, and the trees all lit up, and like, whoa, Santa was here, you know. Is that the Green Giant? No, it's Santa, dummy. Oh yeah. So.
Has anyone tried like the Kramer SM1?
I have not. No, sir.
They look great.
You got something you want to share on the screen or something?
Nah, just asking.
Okay. I thought maybe you had something you wanted to share.
Sorry, I was sitting here muted, didn't even know it, so apologize.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's called the SM1 by Kramer.
Now, is this something new or?
Yeah, I think it's
okay.
new. HS. It looks like HSS.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, choking.
Oh,
Yeah,
careful.
they're good looking guitars.
Nice.
Neck through.
The last Kramer I got was at the Guitar Center a while back. It wasn't a lot of money. It was about I don't know, $370, something like that. And I got a case with it. And I did take the trim system off. It was a Floyd Rose Special. I tossed it and put a Godo on. And boy, that made all the difference in the world. It stayed in tune then. And I've only played it a handful of times, man. I need to break it out and play it some more.
These are $1,000, between $1,050 and $1,200.
Frank C says he has one. He says it plays great. And when did you say those came out?
I don't know when they came out. I just know they're newer.
Oh.
Newer, new Kramers, not old ones.
Oh, okay. Nothing wrong with that.
I don't know the year.
Yeah.
I think that might be my next guitar, Kramer. I don't know.
I love
I don't
mine.
know. I'd like to get a satchel guitar from Steel Panther, one of his signatures.
My son has one.
Oh, your son has one.
Yeah, he's got the. I wanted the. I went over to his house when he got it because I wanted to play it to see what it felt like, and it feels just like the EVH Stripe. Feels just like that. And but he's got the one that's it's the green. I want to say his is green with the black Bengal stripes. And I was wanting the purple. I was going to get the purple, but they was never in stock.
See, that's the problem.
Hey, that's Rando. Go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry.
I think that's the one. I was trying to remember. Whatever one was my favorite, it was old enough that I couldn't locate one anymore, you know?
Yeah, I waited too long. When those came out, they were gone. Yeah, they were gone, man.
I have a story to tell you about Reverb, too, because I know we all order stuff off Reverb.
Okay. We got, let me say hello to a couple more people real quick that took the time to jump in. We got Rando. Hey, man, how are you? Mark Pell. How you doing, man? Thank y'all very much. And
I got the SM1 on screen if you want to show it.
Okay, let's see here what we got. Let's see, we can share a screen here. There we go. There. Thank you, Larry, for... Okay, wow, look at that. Wow.
Very nice.
Yeah.
1,049. That's cool.
I don't know. Was that Floyd? Yeah, Floyd, right?
Yeah, I was hoping it'd have a Floyd. Yeah.
We got some kind of rails, and probably cool rails, I bet. Where's the details? Floyd, Seymour Duncan, okay. JB Bridge.
Wow. Mr. Frank says his has the active EMGs in his. How about that? That's cool.
Seymour Duncan's, and yeah, it has cool rails or cool rail humbuckers here.
Ah.
What does it have? There's another switch here. Right there.
Oh, that reminds me of the, remember the FU tone guitars we looked at a few weeks back? How it had the extra switches, I guess, because you couldn't split, coil split or something.
All right, so that's it. We could go on
okay.
I know Dave was going to say something.
Yeah, if you find anything else you want to share, man, you know how to do it now. I accidentally hit the wrong thing. I'm so sorry.
Your ass is out of here with your fucking pedal board, man. Out. You ain't digital, you're gone. Son.
I went to hit the thing and I went, oh crap. That's strike one, bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
Strike
but
one.
Go ahead with your reverb story,
strike
man.
Strike two and you're done. Oh, well. So, this happened to my buddy, a good buddy. I'll just say it, Lester. Some of you know who he is, but
yeah.
I've never had an issue buying anything on Reverb. I don't know if you guys have. Not like a real issue, not like this.
No, not crazy.
So he was new to buying something on Reverb, and I have the classic signature Zackwell wah pedals. I have two of them.
Oh,
very fortunate. One's brand new, a box already. It's all hasn't been touched. Anyway.
Oh.
I can actually show you. But so he wanted one like that. He also plays a lot of guitar. And so they're like, I don't know, $160 to $200 if you can find them. Usually you can on Reverb. There's a few of them out there. Then you kind of look over the condition of them. Well, he goes on there and whatever, some, music store name. And he's like, look at this. Like, the same signature Crybaby Zach Wild wall pedal for $106. I'm like, wow. I said, I've never seen one that cheap. I said, he's like, is this a good deal? I said, that's not a good deal. That's phenomenal. And
yeah.
Well, I didn't spend any time to really look at it. He sent it to me in a message, on the phone. And so he, boom, orders it. It shows up, and it's completely, even the rubber on the top. Hold on one second.
Oh, no. Something tells me this is going to turn out bad.
So here's my brand new one in the box, original.
Okay.
But I want to. So even when he got it, there's hold on, guys. So this was gone. The signature.
Oh, no.
Rubber.
Let me present you. We can see better. I'm sorry about that.
That's fine. So when he got
right, there we go.
all that was gone.
Oh, man.
All that was gone.
Wow.
Oh.
And this whole thing was white with splotched red polka dots on it.
What?
Okay, one more kicker, and it didn't work.
Oh, no.
What?
He calls me up panicking. He calls me up in a panic. And I'm like, oh, what? I said, where'd it come from? He's like, I don't know if it was China. I said, first rule, don't buy the cheapest thing on Reverb, and be very cautious buying overseas, especially if it's dirt cheap. So they even painted the inside. The gears were stripped. There's not, many of you have probably been inside a wall. There's not much to a wall.
Right.
And the jack you couldn't, like, it was like disconnected to. Anyway, so I have this guy that's a tech guy that went to school, build guitars and amps and this and that. And he called him up, and I don't know what was wrong with the circuitry, but he like fixed it, and Lester sandblasted it all down to get back to this original finish. But this was just like a flat piece of rubber. Didn't have, the bullseye, none of that. And he's like, yeah, I think it's the Zach Wild. So I stopped over and I played it a little. I'm like, yeah, it sounds a little bit like it. And I said, I think maybe it really is, a Zach Wild wah. And a couple days later, he called me up at work. He's like, hey, he said, he goes, does your wah, does it have a volume control on it?
Oh.
I said, no.
Oh.
I said, no. He's like, when I click it one way, I have no volume. When I click it the other way, it still doesn't really work. I'm just like, dude, I'm sorry, but like, no. So I would never, to be honest, I've never worried about Reverb. They're very reputable, I think. But
yeah.
I have had caution to buying stuff overseas. So then he has a Jackson guitar. It's a 90s, like what James Hetfield used on one of those albums. The neck was broke, and he ordered a new neck. He orders the neck from China.
Oh, no.
It's been over a month. He still hasn't got a neck. I'm like, you gotta stop doing this. Like, don't buy the cheapest thing and like, you gotta stop, man. And he's like,
Yeah, it's easy to get burnt. Oh my gosh.
So, I mean, I got this with a certain purchase, but my other Zach Wild pedal I bought off Reverb, and it's been great.
Wow.
And it's not as mint as this, of course, but I haven't had any issues, so that's what I was asking you guys if you had anything like that.
No, I haven't had nothing crazy happen. Not really. I enjoyed Reverb. They've got plenty of my money in the past. I was kind of worried about this for a minute, but everything worked out. I was kind of like, oh, damn, but it's all good. But I wonder how much those go for now. Those Zach Wild on Reverb, those pedals.
I still think 160 to 200, depending.
That's not bad, man. That's not
this
bad.
one's brand new with the original package, the box, and it even has
for a Zach Wild.
It has all the original.
Yeah.
So this one would probably go for a substantial amount more.
Yeah,
but
it's mint. Yeah,
you can't find them like this on there very easily, and if they are, it could be. This came from a Zach Wild collector out of I believe Ohio. So his wife was like, yeah. But I think there's still about his Roto Vibe. So
yeah,
Zach's Wild signature Roto Vibe, I think I'm saying right, is over $900 now.
Good Lord. Damn.
Crazy, right?
That's yeah. I got a mini Roto Vibe. It's got Hendrix, and it wasn't nothing like that, and it sounds just fine.
Oh, I know.
But it's got Zach's name on it, man. He's got a legacy, so he's it's Zach Wild, so.
Right. Excuse me.
Yeah, wow, I hate that happen, man. But yeah, you have to be careful. I mean, you have to pay attention to those little things, man.
I haven't used them.
He called me.
You've never used reverb?
No, I look.
Really?
I look at it all the time. I've never bought or sold on there.
Oh, I've done both. Yeah,
I've gone through eBay. You know, I've used.
Yeah,
I bought a lot of stuff on eBay.
I used to do that, a lot of eBay stuff, and then when I started messing with the reverb, I started doing reverb all the time.
I just haven't needed anything from there lately.
Yeah, it's more of a used kind of deal, but
I think
like
it's user friendly too. It's so user friendly. Just type it in. It brings up so many
it is
options.
And selling something on there is good too. I mean, you can you pay a little extra, and you can get your label. They'll send you the label. You can print your own label out, and they give you a discount on using the UPS or whatever. You get a discount, and you do get a discount because I have the UPS app on my phone. And I've shipped stuff out just direct with not dealing with reverb, just direct, and I was like, damn. And with reverb, you can get it. You can ship a guitar for like around $45, $50, and then if you just go on your own, it's going to cost you about $65 to $75.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So it's reverbs. They do you pretty right on that. You just gotta, especially when you're buying stuff, you really got to be careful because I thought I had shot myself in the foot with this, but it turned out okay. It turned out all right. Just took a little bit more stuff on my part that I shouldn't have had to do. It should have been right from the get-go, but it turned out all right. I'm happy with it now. I just haven't had much luck with Seymour Duncan pickups, man. That's I don't know if it's just the luck of the draw or what. And so I said, you know what? I'm gonna go with the DiMarzio Tone Zones. I know what those sound like. Those are really hot pickups. So I did that, and it was good, man.
I don't have nothing against Duncans, except they seem to be in absolutely everything now.
What, Seymour Duncan?
Yeah, like I've been trying to find guitars that have DiMarzios.
Yeah.
And I guess Ibanez has a few DiMarzio type. What's his name? Steve Vai has DiMarzios, I think. So,
I think he does, yeah.
You can you can usually find them in the artist guitars. It's kind of weird. In production guitars, it's everything Seymour Duncan or EMG.
Yeah, I just I don't know, man. I just
want something with DiMarzios.
Yeah, that's I love those DiMarzio pickups. I got two Charvels back there, a blue one and a hard shell pink, and they come with they came stock with DiMarzios. I can't remember the exact model, but man, those things are hot and they play amazing. I was like, damn, can I just buy those pickups? I was looking for them. I was like, I don't know if they sell them just by themselves, but man, those things are incredible.
How's that? Is that Fender Charvels?
Yeah. It was just like what you and I saw at Guitar Center, remember? And I told you, I said, I got that same one, but it has a locking system on it. It's not a non-locking. It was just like that.
I might have to look at that.
Mine's a Charvel Pro Mod, SoCal Pro Mod. I got two of them, the blue one and the hard shell pink, and man, those things play great. And I got another Charvel for my birthday. We got one of those, and then I bought one from a dude on Reverb that was it was, I don't know, like a 2017 model or something. It looked in damn good shape. And so I reached out to him, and he made me a good deal. And I was like, hell yeah, dude, I'll take it.
Charvel
so I got
count.
4 Charvels now.
I was going to say, Charvel count for anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone counting, paying attention.
Yeah.
It's 4.
It's great.
I don't have it.
Charvel just come out with a new guitar? I don't know.
It's possible, man. I haven't kept up, honestly.
I think Satchel plays Charvel too, doesn't he? Kramer.
Yeah, he used to be with Kramer, now he's with Charvel.
Yeah.
It's great, man.
Yeah.
The Dogpa said he bought a what is that?
I heard some of the Kramer signature models, some of them are gonna disappear soon.
1998 Gibson Custom Shop. Dogwood bought it on Reverb. Ooh, damn.
There's a lot of good stuff on Reverb. I mean, it's basically
Yeah, you just gotta
anything you
look.
want.
You just gotta look. What were you saying, Larry? I'm sorry. What were you saying, man?
I was saying that Kramer's, some of their signature models, they're gonna.
Yeah.
They're reworking things. They're doing something. So some
okay.
some of those signature models, you're not gonna be able to get them anymore.
Oh, okay.
I don't know which artists though.
Yeah, I don't either.
But
I still think that COVID put an ass kicking on a lot of stuff through that 2-year stint to trying to keep, when bands stuff when they weren't touring as much and keeping signature models going and things. I think it's still kind of a domino effect of like trying to get caught back up and what they're gonna remake, and I don't know. I'm probably wrong, but
well, I did hear when the pandemic and all that, and how the guitar sales just went through the roof, and then now everything is all that's leveled out. And now they have a lot more stock than they need, and they're trying to, they're like, we're stuck with all this. I was like, man, because Larry and I, we, as you may or may not know, we went to Guitar Center about a month or so ago. We met up there, and there was a lot of stuff in there. I couldn't believe. I have videos on my channel where I went to Guitar Center during that pandemic time, and there wasn't much in there. There was a lot of empty spaces, man. And so it was nice to go there and see all those guitars. I was like, man, this is how it's supposed to be. But I remember going there back then, and I was like, wow, they don't have nothing in here, man. There wasn't nobody in there. A couple of employees that was working, and they were all like they always are. They're always chit-chatting. They're not doing anything. I was like, man, this has to be the easiest job in the world. You just come here and shoot the shit and
practice guitar.
Yeah, well, I guess, yeah.
Practice your scales.
Yeah, doing something. And I was like, wow. But, Larry and I talked about this before about their pay structure is horrible. If Andrew was here, he could touch on that. But they don't get paid nothing like what they used to, from what I understand.
Yeah.
And they have to hit a certain plateau like every day or something. They have to sell so much. Is that right, Larry?
I know there's a thing where, like, if they hit a certain level, if they go over it, they actually, like, make less money. So they start to call out because they don't want to. There's no point in selling more.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird.
So they have a weird.
I can't remember how Andrew explained it to me one time. Like they, like if they do good for a day or two, but they don't do good the rest of the week, all the stuff they did on those 2 good days, all that just goes away. And I was like, what the hell? And so that explains all the turnover there. I mean, what I've seen here anyway at our local Guitar Center, it's right. I mean, it's like when I go there, it's like I ain't seen these people before, and God bless them. But
yeah, I think at our Guitar Center, there's like one guy that's been there more than a few months. Always just constantly someone different. But I mean, that's a good point when you said local, because I've had conversations with other people, and I think some of them, when they're in a bigger metropolitan area, that our Guitar Center, in my opinion, has went way downhill. The store's gotten smaller.
Oh, same here, man.
But I hear good things from other people from different areas, and I think it's a big part is location. Unfortunately, where I'm at, I think there's too many competitors, too much competition in this area, or something, because I still go to Guitar Center a lot, but the one that we had before this was a lot bigger and better, I thought,
Man.
So
yeah, it's I like I said before, the Guitar Center here, I remember back in the day, man, it was really a lot of activity there. They actually had a person up front. It was like this little I don't know what you call it. I call it like a preacher's podium or something, and somebody would be standing there, and so, and when you got there, they would if you were carrying something in, like if you had your own guitar, they would tag it, and then when you left, if you bought something, they would tag it as well. It was funny, man. I was like, wow. I was like, and now you don't even see that no more. That's gone. That's when all that big transition was starting to happen years ago. And then they seemed that they would I don't know, they started to make like little what do you call it, like where they give lessons and stuff, and it took up a lot of room. Took up a lot of room, and I was like, damn, man. So
yeah, it takes up like an extra wing to do lessons. And
yeah, we don't have a platinum room in ours, and
no, we don't either.
When I was up in New Jersey, they had that, and that was great.
Yeah,
I used to even take regular stuff, into the platinum room and plug it into an amp and play it in there, away from all the noise.
Right.
Through one of the amps in there. That was always great to be able to go do that. But the platinum rooms also was amazing, full of custom shops and Gibsons and.
Right.
I don't even know if we have a custom shop in our store. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think they have one.
No, we just in mine. You just kind of walk in, and it's just one rectangle room. And like the one thing, I shouldn't let it annoy me either. But when I walk in, and they're like, they ask every time, like, "Oh, what are you here for today?" Or is there anything you're looking for? It's like, just getting picks, just getting strings. Like, can't really get in the door, and they ask you that, but then, they can't keep hope. So, I don't know. It's interesting, but I've noticed they have some guitars on the wall that've been there a long time. So they're definitely not moving. I could be wrong, but it seems like they're not moving the guitars that they were. Because, like Joe said, they seem, at my location, they seem well stocked with guitars.
I mean,
yeah, they do now. Yeah,
everything's half wrecked, right? I was picking up guitars, and the Floyd was buried in the body, and everything's out of tune. I mean, I would missing the pickup switch. The pickup selector thing on it is gone. I'm like, I don't even want to buy it.
I've seen that a lot too.
I don't want to buy this.
Right. Yeah, I've seen that a lot. And I can see that on the used section, but not on the new stuff. Like I went a while back, and I was playing EVH Wolfgang Standard. It was like a flat black. It felt good. I got plenty of standards. I know what I'm getting with that. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm just gonna play it. Let me hook it up to an amp and just mess around. So I did, and the first thing I noticed, even when Larry and I was there, because I remember Larry picked it up, and I looked and I said, man, look at the selector switch. The screw-on cap is missing. And then I was like, damn. And but when I went to play it a while back, I just sat down with it, man, and went to play it, and the high E string went bing, and it broke. And I took it over to the guitar tech, and I said, hey, man, this string broke. He goes, oh, okay. And he grabs it, and he turns around, and he puts it like in this rack. And he turned back around and went back to just doing nothing. And I thought, is he not going to fix that? And when I talked to Andrew about it, Andrew said because he's probably not. I didn't know this, but according to what Andrew told me, that only a qualified tech or the tech that's on duty or something is allowed to do that. So my question was, well, why was that guy at the tech table? What is he doing there?
Right.
Is he just is he the assistant? He's not allowed to do nothing. I was kind of confused on that, but
that's interesting, man.
Yeah, he just put it in the rack back in the thing back there, and just I was like, okay, I don't guess they want to make a sale, So
it's interesting you say that, because at our guitar center they have one of these 40-watt combo iconic EVH amps, and I'm walking through there, and there's the wall of guitars, and then in front of it's all these amps. And I'm walking through, I'm like, God, dang, I'm like, is that used? And like the price tag was
the
same price I paid it.
Yeah.
It looks like it's been drugged through the dirt. I'm like, it's like, shouldn't you? And it's sitting next to the 80-watt EVH head, 5150 iconic, and half in the cab, and they're like almost black. It's like, aren't you? Like, shouldn't somebody be wiping these amps down? So, I wouldn't want to buy a filthy amp on display and pay full price. I've had this amp for, almost whatever. Let's just say close to a year, and it still pretty much looks like the day I bought it, and their amps are filthy in there. It's like, well, that's not going to help.
Yeah, that's something that not only at when we went to Guitar Center, when we met up there, we were looking at the used guitars, and there was one that I was attracted to. I think it was a LTD. It was nice. I got another LTD that plays really well, but this one here, they didn't do nothing to it. They just hung it up on the hook up there, and I got it, and and the strings literally had rust on them, and I was like, dude, can they not change the strings or something? And I have a friend that years ago when we were teenagers, he would sweat a lot, and he would play, and his strings would actually turn brown.
Sure.
Over time, so he had to get some steel wool and clean the strings, and they'd be like brand new again. But that's what it reminded me of when I picked up that guitar when I was there a couple of months ago. I said, man, this thing's got rust on the strings, and I was really I was like, oh, some new strings would be nice. There's the Connection NZH. That's my son Nathan right there in the chat.
Nathan, long time, man.
He says, Guitar Center, the Walmart of guitar stores. Crappy customer service with mediocre products, just my opinion. Really gone to hell over there in the past few years. Yeah, he's talking about the same location we went to, Larry. That's
yeah.
It's hey man, the way I look at it, if you're a paying customer, speak your mind. That's the way I look at it. But
I don't know. I like the used section.
It was pretty good, yeah.
They never have any pedals that you want.
Right.
I think that's even in the big ones. Even in the big Guitar Centers, they don't have a...
I'm sure the employees grab the good ones when they come in if they get the used ones.
It wouldn't be. If I worked there, that's how it would be. I wouldn't even make a paycheck. I don't think those people make a paycheck now.
Probably not.
I feel like they have the same pedals in the case today that they had 10 years ago. It always looks the same. I don't know.
No, you're probably right.
And they don't make it like it doesn't seem simple to try one out. Like
right.
They got that little crummy test amp sitting there next to the thing, and then you gotta go find somebody, and it's like,
yep.
If they let us try pedals, we'd be walking out. Every time we went in the store, we'd be walking out with one.
Yeah, you're right.
If they made it easy, if they can't sell us stuff, if we both all go into a Guitar Center, we all walk out with nothing. I mean, the odds of
right.
A good guitar store, we're all walking out with something.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. I remember back in the day, man, when I go to another music store, they actually had like a display. It was like a pedal board and had different pedals on it, and you could sample. You just plug up and you could test out all the pedals. They had it fixed where you couldn't steal it, but. I was like, that's a great idea. Like, well, I want this pedal, and then you try it out, and then you could go buy it, go to the counter and get it. But yeah, you don't see that no more. Now that you brought that up, I haven't seen that since, and that was back when I was in my early 20s. I can't remember if that was Reliable Music or if it was like another music store. I can't remember.
They let everybody mess up and steal everything off of the expensive guitars, but they won't let you play a $40 pedal.
Yeah.
Right.
The thing that gets me at that Guitar Center here in Greenville, the thing that gets me, all I can say is good luck. If you get a guitar and it has a Floyd Rose on it, good luck getting a whammy bar, man. That takes an act of Congress, man. And
Wow.
God, dog, I've ordered some guitars online from them, from the store, not Guitar Center online, but from the store in Greenville. And it's been a long time, but and I said, I asked the dude, I said, y'all got a whammy bar? Yeah, we got one in back somewhere. I said, okay. So I hung it back on the wall, and then a few days later I'd order it. I was like, yeah, man, I like that guitar. I think I want to get it. I don't know. And then they'd ship it, and it didn't have no whammy bar in it, nothing. I was like, are you freaking kidding? And so you go there and like, hey, man, y'all didn't send the whammy bar with this. Now it's kind of hard to prove it now because, they're going to think that you're making up some shit or something, So, and the guy goes, well, we can order you one. I was like, no, never mind, man. Just forget it,
Right.
So I don't know. Yeah, you go to this Guitar Center, the guitars up there that have Floyd systems, there's no bar. But I went to the Guitar Center in Charleston about a year ago, and their guitar's hanging up. Number one, it's a little bit smaller than this one here in Greenville. And it looked kind of trashy. Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn, what are they doing here? But I can say the guitars with Floyd Roses in Charleston, South Carolina, they had the bars on there. The whammy bars were on there. I was like,
they should
okay.
Be. They should be on them, right?
Yeah, I asked one of the guys, I knew the answer, but I said, dude, where are the whammy bars? Well, people steal them. I said, really? And he goes, yeah, that's the one thing they can take off here, and it won't set the alarm off. I was like, wow, you got to be pretty sad to steal a whammy bar off a guitar, man.
We must have less theft than you because they leave the whammy bars on in our GC.
I mean, it's ridiculous, man. And I was like, oh, my God.
Damn.
So, yeah, I the last time I got a guitar from there, I told him, I said, I want a whammy bar. I want the whammy bar that comes with it. Okay. And
that's extra.
He goes, I don't know if I can find one. And he had to go in the back. I said, dude, I was dealing with this young guy. I said, dude, come on, man. This ain't my first rodeo. I know you can open a box back there. And this other time I went, this guy, he literally opened up a drawer. It had this little Tupperware box in it, and he's going through it, all like just a bunch of junk. And he pulls out a whammy. I found one. Dude, it was all like it was drugged behind a truck. It was all like rusted and scratched up. He goes, here you go. I said, dude, I don't want that. I said, what are you doing? I said, what are you doing, man?
Why?
It's just dumb.
Those are the wrong threads.
Dumb. Stupid.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's like really bad.
That's the kind of stuff you deal with down at this Guitar Center. I mean, it's...
you just got to do what I do. I mainly just get picks and strings. And they even ran out of my picks. They didn't even have my picks for 3 weeks that I needed, so...
I get all that from Amazon. Picks and strings. I get all that from Amazon. And the last stuff I get, guitars, I don't get it. I get them from Reverb and other places, but I will say, far as getting from Guitar Center online, I've never had an issue with that. Coming from their whatever main warehouse that comes from, I've never had a problem with that. It's always been good. But I'm gonna tell you what, man, people are having a hard time competing with Sweetwater, as far as new gear, in my opinion. That's hard to compete with them.
Well, Guitar Center owns Musician's Friend, don't they?
Yeah.
So they're big. They got a big ass warehouse somewhere or several locations. So, but yeah, Sweetwater, I order stuff through them too.
You can pick, they take pictures of everything. You can pick which guitar you want, the weight.
Yeah.
Even those Kramers before, it all had how many? It had all the different blue ones that they have, candy blue. You pick the one you want. You go, I want the one that's 7 pounds.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They do a lot.
Yeah. I gotta. It took me a long time to get on that Sweetwater. Get on board with them. I was kind of like, I don't know, man. So I started ordering like little things, small items, something that $100 or less, right, or something, and just to see how the experience was. And I was like, wow, damn, I got you get an email, and then you get a phone call from your sales rep, and he says, "Hey man, is everything good? Everything good? You like it?" I said, "Yeah." Well, if it don't work out right, you can always send it back. And I was like, "Damn, I've never had that type of customer. You don't get that."
Right.
I'm trying to be rude, but you don't get that at the Guitar Center here.
Get a sticker, get some candy, get a call. What more do you want? Besides a rep driving to your house.
Hey, I got a sticker from Humbucker Music.
Right on.
There you go.
They're on their way. No candy though.
Sweetwater gives candy too.
I know. Yeah, I got from them before.
Yeah,
I got candy. Well, you got American Music Supply.
They're really good.
They're big.
I've done business with them for over 20 years. I've never had a problem with them. I always liked them. Those are my go-to place, man, because I can make payments and they, they didn't mess with your credit or nothing like that. But now I do a lot of stuff with Sweetwater, man. I've done a lot with them the past year and a half, probably 2 years.
The Amazon of guitar stores.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah. My son says the only thing he gets from Guitar Center is some single strings, I believe. Yeah. I'll get 5 9s or 10 single strings and keep them on hand. Yeah, they do sell single strings there. I remember doing that years and years ago, and it's nothing worse than changing strings on your guitar, and 2 days later the high E string might break or something, and you're like, do I need to open up a whole nother set? So if you keep a few extra on hand, it keeps you from doing that. That's happened to me.
Oh, I do it all the time. I have open packs. I'm like, son of a...
Oh, yeah.
But usually it comes down to I should change all of them. It's overdue. And I don't feel like changing all of them because it happened during a practice. It's like, throw a string on. And...
Yeah, I know one thing not to do is don't keep your packs of strings in the glove box in your car during the summer. Don't do that. I made that mistake years ago, and I was like, I got like 3 packs of strings out there I need to go get them out of my car, and man, I put them on the guitar, and like a week later, it's tink, tink, a couple of them broke.
I wonder if Guitar Center did that to me because I bought some Paradigms and I started breaking strings, and like I don't break strings usually unless I have lots of hours on them, and so I went and got some new 10 to 46, and now I haven't broke any. But I'm like, wow, why am I think I had a bad batch of strings, but
oh yeah, it happens.
Absolutely,
that happens, man. Yeah.
Check these out, Joe. Did I ever show you these?
No.
They don't make these anymore.
Wild guitar strings. Let's see. Oh no.
Wow.
These are signature strings.
Oh, cool.
And they don't make those no more?
No.
Oh,
so
wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got a few packs of these. These are 10 to 46. I don't know what made me think of showing this to you was when you said you left yours in the glove box. And these are old. So these were old, and with my work schedule, I was struggling to get the Guitar Center I wanted some full packs of strings to restring my whole guitar. I'm like,
right.
Do I use them? Do I not use them? Like, you know what? These might be as old as like 2010. I don't know.
Good.
So I'm like, I don't know if, I don't know what year they're. I don't know if you'd want to use them. So, that made me think of, but they're more of to me, they're more of a collector's item.
Collector thing now, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I got that John 5 artist model. It's a Squire Telly, and I called it the Golden Nugget because it's got that gold finish on it. But I put those gold strings on it that Brian May endorses. I put those on, and those are kind of pricey. But I found a couple of packs on I don't know if I don't think it was reverb. Maybe it was. I can't remember. But I said, man, I bet these strings have been sitting for a while. But that set I got on there, they're still on there, and I got one more set in the drawer, the work drawer over there. So whenever I change them, but I don't play that guitar a lot. But it just sets it off with those gold strings with the with the color of the body. It accents it really nice.
I bet. Do you have any issues with that flaking where you pick? Is any of that gold?
Oh no, not these.
There?
Not these strings. No, I haven't.
Nice.
I haven't had that problem at all. No.
Because I know when I buy like neon ones, different color, they all flake.
Oh yeah, those did. Yeah, those DR strings. Yeah. Those did. Yeah, I tried those a couple of times and I didn't like them. I thought I wanted to like them. I thought they looked cool, but man, it really killed the tone. For me, it did.
And there's a mess all over the body of the guitar by the pickups because it's all flaking.
Yeah. But I mean, they were okay for that little time I used them, but I was just like, I'd hit the upper registers, man, trying to hit a high note, and it would just, the sustain was not there. It just faded. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I agree.
And I was like, oh, I know why that's doing that, because of the way they have them painted. It just killed it. But went back to the old trusty Diodarios, man. We was back in business.
Well, do you remember when I was on my Elixir kick that was like the Nano Web, the Polyweb Elixirs?
Yeah.
I use those.
So I used to be like huge into, Diodarios and Ardarios and DRs and then I was like, Elixirs, and they're still good and everything, but now that I haven't used them in a long time, I broke some strings, I put them on, like, they are so smooth on your finger, but I don't like the tone. It's not bright enough anymore. I'm using Paradigm or Ball now, and I man, those are my go-tos right now. I love them. But
wow,
I don't know.
I went with the Elixirs just because when you own a lot of guitars, it's easier for maintenance. But
true.
But
yeah, those.
Now I'm starting to use Diodarios uncoated. That's what I have on this now. That's what I bought the day we went to this Guitar Center, strings.
They kind of held the test of time. It's kind of the consensus of most guitar players' favorite string, I would say. Dario.
But, yeah, I don't know. We're getting to a world where you have to depend on what you hear on YouTube and then order it online. Right? How much?
Right,
we're all buying stuff online now. Like,
yeah.
I didn't go to a store and try this, and I spent all that money.
But I think that's better because when you go to Guitar Center, it's really hard to emulate your tone.
Yes.
And it's so when I watched I watched a review on this EVH Iconic, and I watched Ola England, and I knew that because of the metal that he likes to play, he doesn't bullshit. He's got his settings in it, and it was sounding amazing. And I was like, this guy's playing music that I like, the tones I like. So I'm like, I can do better using YouTube anymore, from guitars to amps to pedals. Because like you said, going to Guitar Center, it's like nothing's hooked up. Some piece of shit little amp.
Yeah.
Dial both in.
Well, they don't have the latest. They don't have, they probably don't have this in stock.
Oh,
correct.
No, there's no way.
So you can't even go there and just go, I want it today, I want to buy it. That would be a benefit to have a local store nearby to go, they'll have it, I'll go get it. They don't have this.
Right. They're very limited.
They have an MXR Badass from 4 years ago. Which is a great pedal, but
yeah,
they don't have what's going around YouTube. What's all the new stuff? They don't have it in pedals.
Number one sold distortion pedal.
The Metal Zone. Oh, classic. I never had one of those. I don't think.
You gotta get it dialed in right, but it's actually a good pedal. If you have a big half stack, right? It's got so much power. I can't even get the distortion out of it. So I have to turn it up to where it blows my ears off.
Yeah.
So you put these in front of it,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I've heard people do that. And,
but will it chug?
Yeah, buddy.
Will it chug?
That's funny, man.
So it's like a blues driver for metal amps.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. I actually have that pedal, Blues Driver Boss. I got that.
I have one.
And they're good, man. I always like. I got that when I was at the Main Street Guitar and Drum in town there. You know, I told you I bought the amp that I was testing my guitar out on. That Fender Deluxe 85, and it's sitting right back there in the warehouse. I'm looking at it, and I got it out last night and set it here on the floor. And I said, I'm going to run my delays and reverbs through the effects loop of this amp and just hear how it sounds. And it was fine, man. I was like, damn. I was like, when's the last time I've run something through an amp instead of not using headphones and something? And it was nice. And it's like this back here behind me, this that's something new too, Dave. You hadn't seen that. That's a PRS Hendrix 20-watt head right there, and then that Marshall cabinet.
I asked you about that. I seen that earlier, and I totally forgot. I'm like, dude, he's got a PRS head back there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's modeled after Hendrix's head from Woodstock. It's so it you got to remember that's 1969. So they amp heads back or Marshalls back then didn't have effects loops, and they don't have reverb. They're just just straight. So you have to run your reverbs and delays in front of the amp, and you just have to dial it back a little bit so it's not. I wish it had an effects loop. Delays would sound better, but it's okay. I got it. You just have to play with it. I actually played to that today for the first time, and man, a long time. Man, I got a attenuator hooked up to it, aka Variac. So you can crank the amp, but use the attenuator for your volume knobs. So you can still get the full.
That's nice.
The full thing from your tubes, and it sounds great, man. I played it today, like I said, and I was like, wow, this feels great. I had it cranked pretty good, and I was the only one here. And I was like, I'm going to crank this bitch for a second. It's a boom. I could just feel it. And I said, damn.
Piss your pants. Ooh, a little too loud.
Yeah, I was like, damn. I was like, man. I said, holy crap. And it was fun.
How many watts is that? I missed it.
It's only, that head right there is only a 20 watt. But
it is. It looks bigger than that.
It's okay. Loud. I mean, it's all I needed. They have the
40.
20, 50, and 100. They have that.
Only.
Yeah.
Well,
it's only 40 watts. I mean, that thing's absolutely insane. It's insane what they can get out of these.
40's loud.
It is.
20's loud.
Yeah. It'll do the job. Definitely do the job, man.
I've never been over halfway with that.
Yeah.
And I played a pretty big outdoor show with it twice. But I do XLR into the soundboard if I need to. Because that,
Does it have a single speaker or a double?
Single.
Okay.
It's got a Celestion EVH
nice,
signature. If I'm saying that right. Something like that.
Nice, man.
Spec'd by EVH.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was if I remember correctly, and I could be totally wrong, is that your first EVH product when you got that?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And I really regret that, getting that. Thing was, I had a lot of money stuck into my Randall half stack, and I had Spider 3 Line 6, and I got other cheap amps, and the Randall was expensive, and amps are expensive. Do I want to go spend $1,000 on an amp? And it was like, we started this band up, and I'm like you're saying, Joe, I was like, there's no way in hell I'm lugging around a half stack anymore. Like, no way.
Yeah.
And
they're fun, man, but I was like, I don't want to lug that thing around.
That head on that has 2 transformers. It's 100 watt RMS power. It's like, no way. No way.
I want a quad Cortex a little bit. And the tech on it looks very easy to use.
Mm-hmm.
The flow. I've watched videos on it. It sounds great. But Headrush Prime is a newer product, so it probably has more to it. But yeah, maybe you get lost in that. What do they call? what do they call that when there's just too much? It's like a sensory overload. It's like,
Right.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if the Prime is like that, but some of this stuff, you look at it and you're like, it's too much here. I don't want it.
Right. Yeah. The dog paws say the metal muff. Isn't there a pedal out called the Big Muff or something like Metal Muff?
Oh, let's see here.
There's a Big Muff. Yeah.
Big Muff.
The dog paw's very mad at Sweetwater for sending him candy.
Oh,
in the chat. Yeah, he's really mad about the candy.
Damn it, Sweetwater.
He told them, don't send me candy, and they did.
Yeah, you can actually request them not to send you candy. Yeah,
they sent it to him.
Send it out to other YouTubers for little gifts.
My wife, whenever I get Sweetwater stuff, she takes the candy. She loves it. I don't mess with it, but she loves it.
I'm like, I eat it.
Yeah, when I opened this 40-watt Spark amp thing last night, I took the pack of candy and put it on her little bedside table there. I said, "Here you go."
I'm like, the Big Muff can wait. I'm getting the candy.
Yeah, yeah.
She's like, Joe, we got to
Big Muff.
She's like, Joe, we got to go out and get Halloween candy, and he's like, hold on, let me put in a few orders.
Yeah, here you go. Yeah, put a few orders.
Here's a whole bowl of Sweetwater candy.
They send 3 pieces at a time.
And you got 400 pieces.
Holy shit! What all did you order?
How many trick or treaters are we gonna have this year?
A $35,000 bowl of candy.
Can you transfer some money to the checking account, please?
Yeah. R.I.P.
Just get Halloween candy.
Oh God Almighty!
Joe, no, we don't get any out here.
We don't get no trick or treaters out here at all.
Oh jeez.
Yeah,
Joe comes right out with a bowl of candy. I got candy for trick or treaters. But Joe, we don't get any trick or treaters out here.
You try to play it off. We don't.
I thought we did last year. I thought we got like 30.
Have a couple of buddies come over and knock on the door. A couple of 38.
Kid from the
couple
farm.
of damn 50-year-old. Hey, trick or treat. Oh, you were supposed to wait till 8:30. Never mind. Oh, that's funny, man.
Too funny.
Yeah, all that candy come from Sweetwater, man. My ass will be grass, boy. It'd be over, man. You did what?
Just think if they sent Sweetwater magnets instead of stickers, you could have all those Sweetwater magnets on
your
the
fridge. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh my god!
And this is one I ordered from last year. This one right here was from
vintage magnet.
Yeah.
The fridge door starts hanging off. It's too heavy. It's just boom.
Ain't this a new fridge? Not anymore. Oh God, that's hilarious, man. Damn.
That's funny.
I wonder where they get their damn candy from. Damn Sweetwater. They got a deal with somebody. Just send us 18 pallets of candy, man.
Right. This is your agent, Nick. Nick, I'm going to return the Big Muff if you don't send more candy.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
What's the return policy?
Oh, man. There's Mrs. Riker. There she is, making the appearance. How are you doing, Mrs. Riker? That's Larry's mom. Hey,
all
Mrs.
right.
Thank you for tuning in. I was wondering where
I tell her the Big Muff is a pedal for guitar.
Yeah, that's guitar gear related. Absolutely.
She's going, sure it is. Sure.
No, we don't get that crazy over here. But yeah, that's that's funny, man. That's funny. Golly, all that Sweetwater candy. Yeah, when I opened up the box last night, I said, "Whoa!" I said, "That's a pretty good bag of candy." Right there, like, plop. She'll be home Monday. She'll go. She goes, "Oh, I see you ordered something." No, actually, that was just a surprise. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I got a bag of that downstairs, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do have a bag of Sweetwater candy here.
Oh,
I got the titanium inserts for.
Oh
here.
yeah.
And they sent candy with those. With that.
Yeah. I mean, It don't bother me none. You know.
Nah, I think they should put like unwrapped chocolate in their packaging.
Unwrapped chocolate.
Yeah, that way it can melt on delivery.
There you go.
All over every.
No, that's not good.
You get your guitar.
It's all
It's all
messy.
chocolate,
That's what I used.
peanut butter.
There you go.
She was saying in front of use the EQ in front of the metal zone there. I think he was saying.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah,
That's what I always had.
That's the same EQ I got. I got that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's killer. And then
I love it, man.
Then you can just use it for your boost for your solos
Yeah,
too. Not
sure
basically
can.
why I had that in there.
Yeah, I love that pedal.
Right on.
I love that pedal. I haven't had it that long actually. That was the first time I bought an EQ pedal, and I put it into before I got the Prime Headrush Prime. I was still using my pedals, and I said I need to buy an EQ. Man, golly, I couldn't believe the difference that made. It was like night and day, man. I was like, what?
For sure.
Man, yeah, I was way late on the train on that one, and I took it up to that amp I bought from the music store Thursday. I said, let me hook up that EQ pedal. Man, it made it sound like a whole. Just the amp went from like this to, and I was like, man.
It was little adjustments too, you know. It's just little movements. What?
Larry, your mom said, order something. She wants some candy. So there you go.
I have a bag from last time I ordered because I don't need it.
Well, take it to your mom. She wants some.
I will.
She wants some candy, man. So run it across the street.
But I'll order something anyway.
Well, go ahead. We'll wait for you. Tell us when you get. I'm just kidding.
I could throw it.
Joe, you could use your drone and deliver candy to the kids far away.
Larry's got a drone.
Yeah. Yeah. I should.
Oh man.
I should fire that thing up. You got to do the batteries every once in a while.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's annoying.
I need to buy a backup battery for mine. I don't fly it enough.
That's what happens.
Yeah, it'll probably start dying.
One of the worst things I ever bought. They're fun, but I don't. After you use it 4 times, you're like, eh.
I love mine. I just got tired of, not tired, but I was trying to make videos around here, but it's the same scenery, and I'm like, I know people are tired of seeing that, so my places to go are limited around here.
Boost before EQ after.
Boost before EQ after. You can tune it some sweet high gain. Yeah, man.
For sure.
There you go.
Yeah. That's the one I saw. I think that's why I grabbed the EQ.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was using my half stack, the EQ was a must. Well, I'm sure it would really help even now if I threw on the pedal board, but pretty happy. Real happy with the tone right now.
That's good, man.
I mean, when you're playing like, you know, when you're just bringing it live, rock or metal, I mean,
oh man,
you gotta have one damn good ear to be like, you know, I could make this tone a little better. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's get some good delay, some reverb on there, some boost, and get the tubes kicking in, man. Just let it buck.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. That's cool. That's awesome. How many songs are y'all doing? If you could just guess off the top of your head.
Probably 30 for.
Oh, that's nice.
30.
Okay.
So a lot of the originals are not. It depends what you call long. Somewhere between 4 and 6 minutes. We're doing bigger. Some of the cover songs are bigger too. Like we'll do when we get into covers, kind of like every other thing, like getting into the second set. Every other song's like a cover from the start, but like you can play a song like Stranglehold that goes on for 10 minutes.
Oh man, yeah, that's a good jam song there.
We play Voodoo Child that I can take that for another 10 minutes.
I saw y'all did that on Facebook. I thought that was cool. Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
I saw that. Yeah.
Somebody must have recorded it from a show on Facebook, but yeah. So I'm trying to think, like, some of those are just like extended songs. And when we had to play, we had a 4-hour show booked, and it was like, well, we really don't have 4 hours of music, so we ended up pulling off like 3 hours and 40 minutes, and we had 2 20-minute breaks in out of that 3 hour and 40 minutes. So, if you put your breaks in there, talking to the crowd, do a t-shirt giveaway. 30 of our songs are very efficient because it's literally a 50-50 split of originals, and our originals.
Right.
I like to do 1 or 2 solos a song, and some big bridges, and a lot of it's just straightforward, kind of kick your ass kind of music. So it's, I don't know, 4 to 5, 6-minute songs, some of them, but
cool, man. Nothing like having a cool extended jam, and you can mix it up with the crowd too,
And we're always adding more, but like I said, this band happened very fast, and some gigs got offered very fast, and we were like, okay, we can. We're pro enough to be able to pull us together, it's like we can do this, and because we didn't want to lose. Some of them are pretty special gigs to get because it was kind of our way into that circuit around that area. Mm-hmm. So you just kind of 3-hour gig is a lot of work. That's a lot of work.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot of time on your feet and all that stuff too, man. That was it'd take me a while to get used to that again because I'm driving a truck all the time. I can come in here and stand and play for about an hour and a half. I'm good, and after that, man, my back starts hurting. Where I had my surgeries back there, man, God, I'm like, dude, I've got to sit down.
It's an ass kicker. I mean, you spend from the time you start loading out, load in.
Oh man,
and that's where that makes my back hurt alone. And then you're doing sound check, and it's like, if it times out right, it's like you're sound checking, you're into your set. Where I like to do like a sound check and have like a half hour to like decompress for a second.
Yeah,
think it through.
Absolutely.
Drink, talk to your bandmates, get ready.
Yeah,
but then once you start getting to that second or third set, you're in that groove, you're all sweaty, and it just kind of goes. So I actually play, we cover a Van Halen song, so I ain't talking about love.
Oh, right.
I've never really done any Van Halen before, so
there you go.
It's
that's
pretty
great.
Fun. Yeah,
that's a fun song.
Excuse me? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say we kind of, as far as covers, we do got one AC/DC song to Velvet Revolver to, like I said, Hendrix to Nugent to Korn, some new metal. What else are we doing? Like Alice Cooper, Five Finger Death Punch, just songs in reserve, like Whole Lotta Love, another great jam, and by Led Zeppelin.
That's a great song, man.
So I mean, cool. And you're not gonna get everything exact, right? Like if you want it, that's one thing. Like you do really great, Joe, too, and it was kind of an eye opener to me. Through the years, I spent so many hours and hours and hours to get solos note for note exact. It's like, it doesn't need. I mean, if you want it that exact, the bands that wrote it don't. There's certain solos that are exact, but there's a lot of it that.
Right.
It's right there. It's the habit of. It's the right key. It's what they're doing. The landmark bends.
Yes.
And stuff. And you can waste so much time. And if you want to just be that, put the CD in, because the damn band isn't even going to do it.
Right. That's right. When they play their own stuff, it's different.
And they're double track it in the studio.
Yeah. If not more. Yeah.
And sometimes with different layers, different notes.
That's
They can't play that live.
Right.
That's true. So. But man, it's all about having fun and like you said, hit the landmarks, man. Put your own little taste. That's where your style comes in from all your influences, man.
Absolutely.
Metalhead Hippie in the chat. What's going on, hippies, man? Thanks for being here.
Metalhead.
How are you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing good. Nice to see you.
Very nice. Long time, man.
Long.
Hope all is well, brother.
Yeah, man.
I think, was it Facebook? I think I seen somebody post something. He was out there with like one leg and splitting wood or cutting wood or something somewhere. I was like,
Jeff can do it, man.
yeah, man.
Yeah, he can do it. Yeah, that doesn't slow him down.
Must have been on Facebook. I saw that or something.
I was gonna say you could get like a quad cortex, get a patch of your amp.
Yeah.
And carry that little.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
amp
about.
this big then, right?
Yeah.
You could have your bass player can be in the cortex too. You could have more than one user.
Right.
Through that little unit.
He's on his own. No, I'm just kidding.
He's on his own. He's not getting my tone.
Man, if you start flying.
My bass player's awesome, Clint. He's great.
That's those quiet stages, you know.
Do you ever, by any chance, when y'all were practicing or something, I don't know if this, but do you ever let him use your Jackson bass, the green one?
Yeah, I do because so he has a 5-string bass, and I have another 5-string bass in my green Jackson over there, and some of our tones, some of our songs are in baritone. Blind is in A, so most of it he'll just transpose on the bass, right? Mm-hmm. I can't remember. I think it's the songs we play in E flat. He'll grab my green one, and he's like, a little of adjustment because he's so used to 5-string, but he's like, this thing plays really good. I mean, that is $170 bass I got on Black Friday for like 75% off, and that thing is amazing, man.
Yeah.
It's just, and even him, a seasoned bass player, Clint, is like, this thing is really nice for every now and then you get lucky like that.
Yeah, I love that bass. I remember when you bought it, I said, damn. I remember when you went to go get it.
Yeah.
And you brought it home, you said, look, man. I said, oh, my God, that screams 80s. I love that.
Yeah.
And I said, hell, I'll get me one. But I was like, nah, I don't want to die yet. So I just hold off. Just wait. Just wait.
Here's some candy. Don't worry about
Oh, man, where's it at? There we go. Yeah. Oh, my God.
It's an investment. Someday if you sell it, you'll get your money back out of it.
Oh.
The sales pitch, right?
Yeah.
It's going to make me money someday.
Sexual chocolate.
Oh, man. Oh, there's Slick Rick, my buddy Slick Rick, truck driving, Major Trucking. If one call does it all, hook up with Major Trucking to get your load down the road. It's Major Trucking. Ricky Hull, what is going on, my man? Hope you're doing well, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
I got one of his shirts coming too, man. I got a black one that I've had for a while, and I got a blue one that's supposed to be coming anytime. So Rick, I'll send you a picture as soon as that gets delivered.
Yeah, so candy.
Yeah. Oh man,
I'm sorry. I just
no, that's hilarious.
I got
think
a pallet.
it's funny.
I got a pallet of candy coming.
Sweetwater joke for anybody joining us late. Joe's getting a lot of Sweetwater candy while his wife's gone this weekend.
Oh man.
No, I don't know. I'm just making this up, everybody.
No, I just got that one little bag. That was it.
He's getting ready for all the trick or treaters.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. I saved us $8.
We don't get any trick or treaters.
I got this
Real super king size.
But it's a PRS.
Oh man.
Look, we don't got to go make a trip now.
We don't have to go to Sam's.
Look at
Bumble is what is going on, man.
Bless.
Oh, that's hilarious, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
very educational show, right? We learned reverb. Don't order from China if it's the cheapest product that you're looking for. You may get the complete opposite. Or 2 months later, still wait for your neck to show up because it's on some barge. It's probably going to be a broken baseball bat in a box. It's like, I told him, I said, here's your option. I said, here's your option. You ordered that neck for Jackson. I said, you bought the cheapest one from China. It's on a barge, and it's in a box, and it's probably like some Little League baseball bat broken.
Oh, God almighty.
Well, with Wall Pedal, he's like, I'm like, he didn't even do a good job. That guy didn't even do a good job of putting polka dots on it, like a Randy Rhoads.
He bought a chassis. Yeah. That was it, man. It was
hey, does it have a volume control in it? No.
Oh, that's sad, man.
It was bad.
Oh, I feel bad. That's man. Oh, Lordy mercy, man.
He learns the hard way, and he didn't get no candy.
I've done crazy shit like that too, man. I can't say nothing. Damn. When what's that saying? If it's too good to be true, then it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, it took me a couple of times to learn that. I can't say nothing, man.
I think we've all probably been burned once or twice.
Oh yeah.
R2 saved me one time when I was looking at them Zach Wild signature bullseye guitars. I was like, hey, look at this one. And it was like some town in China. And he's like,
oh no.
He's like, you might want to pump the brakes on that one.
Yeah,
so
pump the brakes.
So. All right.
That's for Rick. He's going down the road. Rick says, looks like Larry has a lot of guitars as well. Yeah, he does, man. Larry and Dave both got a lot of guitars. They just, it's
my
not
hair
quite
get it. There's a couple on the wall back there.
Yeah.
Where are they? Which way do I go? This way.
Let me present you so people can get a good look here. There we go. Now, wow, look at that. There's got a few strats. You got a telly I see right there, an acoustic. Mm-hmm. That's his Kramer to his right on the stand, I think. It's nice.
Yeah, you got Kramer.
Yeah, there we go.
American Standard.
Okay,
Martin.
Now we're talking.
LTD, PRS.
Is that SE?
It's a SC.
Yeah.
They made it for 3 years. SCEG.
Nice.
It's looks like a Strat, and it's pretty cool. Those are two classic vibes, and an Affinity.
Yeah.
That never has been played. That Affinity.
Nice.
And I got more. I mean, there's more.
Yo, there's always more. Yeah. Slick Rick wants to know how long we've been on air. We've been, we're just 7 minutes shy of the 2 hour mark, Slick Rick. Been on for a while.
Yeah.
And we got 3 hours to go. So everybody get comfortable. No, I'm just kidding.
We're getting wild.
We're just getting started.
We're just getting started.
We got the candies kicking in.
Welcome to the Flagstaff Telethon.
I may not have ordered this from China, but I have a Chipson.
Oh,
I have a really good playing Chipson.
Oh man, there's a lot of people that I remember when they were ordering those, man, back in the day, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do it. Some people, it got stuck in customs and they never even got it. And that's what scared me. I was like, man, I don't know about that. See, look, it looks great though, man.
This thing's a beast, man. I played Voodoo. I played Voodoo Child on us.
You play it live?
I beat the piss out of this. Yeah,
it looks
I don't want to take
great.
my good ones to the gig.
No, I don't blame you at all. If I was playing live, I'd be taking my standards, man, my Wolfgang Standards.
I did put my Les Paul Custom 99 in the lineup because that thing's got battle scars on it and relics, so I did put that back in the lineup. But this one's like falls out the back of the truck. I'm out $250, but man, this thing plays great. Looks great.
That's crazy.
How long have you had that, Dave? A couple of years or so?
No, about maybe close to 1 year.
Oh, okay.
I think the true telltale signs is, other than everything's cheaper on it, but it is light. There's something different about the inlays. if you really know Gibson's really good, I think the headstock is not. It doesn't have all the right angles and curves in it.
Right.
It says Les Paul Standard, I believe. It's Les Paul Standard, but this is a true Gibson.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you,
it's beautiful, though, man. I think it's gorgeous. I love that color.
Yeah. It's really nice looking.
And the black and white pickups and the black knobs, I love it.
Right. You don't have to have a back brace on to play it. It's nice and light.
Yeah, it's probably pretty light.
Oh, that's a tell right there.
Ted Furr just joined in. Ted Furr just joined in, and he wants to know, we touched on this, but if you don't mind, Dave, real quick, he wants to know, how do you like your EVH 5150 Iconic combo? He just joined in, so he missed that part.
So, yeah, no problem. It's I'll say, this is my opinion. Everyone, just my opinion. It is a very, very good amp. It's up to right now, it's probably the best amp I've ever had. And I've had, a few half stacks. My Randall 100 watt, RMS Power 100 watt tube amp. I was using that. I've had Line 6s, Marshalls. And this thing's just a beast. It's got boost, it's got reverb, it's got everything I need. It's such a good, clean gain. I don't use any distortion pedals. I have a delay, a tuner, overdrive. Like if I'm doing, so I put an overdrive on there. I never turn on. I just use my wah to kind of be my overdrive.
Yeah.
And I mean, I absolutely, it's the EVH Iconic, and it's got, the effects loop in the back. It's got a pre-out. It's got an XLR. The thing does it all. It really does. It's endless. It's easy to go in direct for recording. It's easy to go into the live board. Very easy. I patch over to a 1,000 watt powered monitor for my drummer. Quarter power, full power. It's got a noise gate. The noise gate doesn't really work, but that thing's just it's a beast. It's killer. So yeah, I have nothing but positive things to say about it. So far, I haven't found anything negative about it. It's a little heavy for the size, but just find somebody else to carry it for you. Give them some candy.
Give him some candy.
That's it. Yeah, absolutely, man.
So
that's awesome, man.
But yeah, it's been a fantastic amp, and I've played, from a few hundred people with it, outdoor shows. I've never went above 5. Plugged into the PA system.
Great, man.
It's
it looks cool too.
Yeah, it's
awesome looking.
It does look good.
I like
Ted
that
says,
white cream or whatever the color, I guess it is.
Ted says, thank you, Dave. You just convinced me to pull the trigger on buying one. Well, how about that right there? Dave Stafford done helped the man out, gave him an honest review, and looks like he made a sale.
Well, after I watched Ola England review on this amp, that's what my final decision was to go make the purchase, because it sounded killer in the Guitar Center too, but I took the time to research to see. I went to several different channels, because like the 5150 80 watt head that goes with the cab, the half stack, is really no different than the 40 watt in terms of finding settings that I want to simulate the tones that these guys are getting in these YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do a little bit of research or just whatever, I mean, you can really tell on some wild tones with this really good crunch. It's got the very, very, very clean crunch, dirt, when you're dirty.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, if you like more of that Zach Weld, Aussie 90s tone, you turn that reverb up a little farther, just bring it down. Reverb works great on it. So
that's awesome, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm surprised the noise gate is an issue. There's a noise gate on the 5150 pedal, and it works real well.
Well, I can't. I think this one's decoration. I've heard it in reviews too. I just leave it cranked on 10, and I'm sure it does something. But I don't have feedback issues with it anyway, unless I'm like 3 feet from it and cranked over 50%.
Right.
You know, start getting squealy on me. But usually I'm only on level 3. And we got sound guys. That's the other thing. The sound guys now too. It's weird when you're gigging. They all got their iPads. And they're running all the sound through the iPads now.
Ain't that crazy, man?
Yeah, it's wild.
Damn.
Yeah.
I've never seen that in person. That would blow my mind.
So like last night, he comes up to us. He's like, I'm the engineer for the night. And he's like, all right, you play. I'm like, Barry. He's like, turn down. So I'm like, okay, turn down more. Turn up, oh, right there. And then he's over there at the corner. He's just on his iPad all day. I'm like, my floor monitor isn't on. He's like, yes, it is. I'm like, okay.
It says it is here.
You're like, okay, turn it up.
But that's cool though. I mean, it's got to be able to easier to handle things in that manner, I would imagine. Again, technology is. I love technology, man. I think that's really cool.
Question for you: have you ever noticed sound guys are always pissed off in ornery? It seems like
I've heard that a lot.
God, they're grumpy.
I mean, you know, I guess going from place to place, it's hard to emulate the same sound. I don't know. I've never experienced that, but I guess it's always a hassle to get a good sound, whether you're indoors or outdoors, I guess. I don't know.
It's like you're already getting all the band pay. Relax. You know? I just played for an hour and a half for $20. Come on, man. You got 300. Relax.
Yeah. But they say a good sound guy can make or break the thing. That's what I've always heard.
It totally can, because it's amazing how you can't. So if you got a shitty sound guy, you can't hear nothing up there.
Yeah. Wow.
Look at there, it's a little fuzzy.
Little Noah.
That's Mr. Noah.
Man.
He's been pretty good tonight.
Yeah. Good dog. Man, this has been a fantastic show. We have hit over the 2-hour mark. Is there anything you gentlemen would like to touch on before we go?
You should have that $1,000 in your checking account by the time I get out of the green room. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. I know I've been on a loop. My check shouldn't bounce because I directly deposited it.
Why didn't you?
That's nice.
You might get a little something too if Joe gives you a bonus, but you gotta talk
candy,
to him.
some Sweetwater candy.
Yeah.
Bubble wrap.
I only take Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah.
Transfer to Bit. I got my wallet. Transfer it over.
That's great till you try to liquidate it.
Nah, you can sell Bitcoin. I can sell Bitcoin every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's good.
He was explaining that to me one day last week, and I was like, "Wow, I had no idea. I didn't know nothing about that stuff. It's interesting."
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not
Digital
involved
gold
with it, but I like to hear about it. I thought that was pretty cool. Man, my damn cat trying to get stupid on me.
Brokers don't buy stock.
Let's see here. All right, gentlemen. This has been
Everybody
a great
in the
show.
chat, I just want to say this is really awesome to see all your names.
Yes, thank you everybody for being in the chat and tuning in. This has been a wonderful show. Big thanks to Brother Dave Stafford for taking the time to be here.
Yeah, it was cool.
It's been a lot of fun, man. It was so great to catch up.
It was awesome.
And again, a big shout out to Brother Larry for being here, man, for taking the time to
It's been fun.
show off his new gear and some guitars. It's always a good thing. Good time.
Right on.
Very, very cool. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, it won't be next Saturday, but the Saturday after that will be episode number 5 for Talking Guitars and More. My name's Joe. We got Larry over here and Dave down in there. And we will see you next time. Take care, everybody. God bless. Be cool on your stool. Keep rocking.
Wow.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
She came in and sat down right in front of me. She picked up a glass of wine as I took